All right, welcome back. This is M-Dog, and we are actually here at the Russian map, as promised. And once again, we're experimenting with some stuff. You can see we got a strange sort of combination of quests here, so I thought we'd kind of embrace it. We've got the daily quest, which actually at Russia ends up, we're getting up there in the higher weight amounts, 34. And we're targeting pretty small fish for the other ones, silver bream, tench, and then, of course, we're also going to test out, which is what this line is, our actually trying to hit some bream. Even though it's middle of the day, I think they're better at night, similar to RF4. But if I remember correctly, you can still catch them during the day and catch some reasonable ones, I believe. Let's see what this is we caught on peas. Oh, it's an eyed. So we might see more eyed during the day on peas, where maybe bream at night. So if you didn't see the last video where I actually made this ground bait, this is a bream base with anise, dip, peas, and ground peas in the ground bait. So at some point I want to test this really specifically for bream, but for now we'll keep using it during the daytime. I'm also using it on this line with crawfish tails, and I'm expecting to catch tench here. Crawfish tails tend to catch tench here at Russia, and it looks like that is indeed what it's doing, and it's also catching some really nice sized tench. So far I'm very pleased by this. Now the question would be, is there anything other than crawfish tails that we could catch tench on? In this game, I just don't remember. Food fish, carp species, non-predatory. Just trying to think, like if we didn't want to use crawfish tails, what else could we catch tench on? I know that crawfish tails work so good. So a lot of times in this same spot, and I'll show you where we are on the map, a lot of times in this same spot we'll use shrimp to catch sterlet, and we might try that to see how well that's working. I guess we could make our own dough, like a crawfish flavored dough. I don't know if there is such a thing. I mean, I'm sure there's not, but we could try to come up with something that might work on tench. Oh yeah, this might be it's either a nice eyed or it could be a bream. And if the bream are big here, we're actually going to want to switch to bigger gear. I was going to at first just sort of see what it was doing. We're using our picker rod still. The first rod is supposed to be catching silver bream, but clearly we're not. Yeah, this is another eyed, isn't it? Yeah, it's another nice over a kilo eyed. So we can just sit here and do this all day and we'll knock out this daily, no problem. I think we do need to address what's on the first rod though. Let's try mayfly. Cheese normally catches these silvers really well. You want to use like little zero hooks with cheese. Let's take off this. Let's try mayfly. Let's go a little shorter cast. Where's the mayfly? Here it is. Let's see if, oh, look at the color change here. Something just happened. All right, we're going to do a little shorter cast. Not as far into the deep area, but just like right here in front of us. Let's see if some little silver bream will bite. I don't know what just happened with the color, but it looks so much prettier now. So what did we catch here on the peas? Yeah, small bream. Small bream. I just have a feeling at night this ground bait would be killer for bream. With all of the anise oil, the peas. I think it probably would work really well. So let's hope this starts working for silver bream. They used to be down here in this corner. All right, this is where we are. And we actually took the boat. So if you come right down to here to the shore is where the boat is. And then you can just bring it all the way up and around here. You also can walk to this spot. But especially if you're fishing for sterlet, sometimes it is nice to have the boat down here. Oh, it looks like the mayfly is in fact working. Let's see what we caught here. Yeah, there's silver. So maybe mayfly works better than cheese now? I don't know. It's probably the fact that we took that ground bait off and we're casting a little more shallow. We could switch back to cheese. But we got a silver bream. Alright, and we definitely want to turn this bream into fish pieces because it is not big enough to be worth much. But I like the bite rate we're getting here on the crayfish tails and on the peas. Hopefully this keeps up during the day. We're already to 5 kilos out of our 34 for the daily. And once we finish off the silver bream, which at this rate will take a little while, but if we can finish that off, then we can switch our third rod to something a little bigger too. Yep, it's another tench. I wouldn't mind showing you sterlet here. So if you're going for sterlet, I mean, you don't necessarily need the big carp setup, but let's see. Size 2 hooks, I believe, are appropriate for sterlet, and then you would use shrimp as your bait. And then feed-wise, we could try to make something that might work for sterlet. I don't know. We'll see if we get motivated to want to try that. Oh, yeah. Again, if it's an eyed, it's over 1 kilo, I think. If it's a bream, it at least will be one that's worth a little bit. I think. Felt a little heavier at first, but overnight, if you're in a good bream spot, they are big enough that you would not want to use these picker rods. You would want to want to use like a little bit bigger setup, like perhaps your deep stream. Maybe the 12 would be ideal in between these two. You could do the 8 though. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I've just got my reels and stuff everywhere. Across a lot of different equipment at this point. Alright, so here's crawfish tails again. I'll have to look into that. What else could we catch tench with other than crawfish tails? I bet there's other alternatives. The problem with crawfish tails is that's not a bait you can buy from the store. So you have to catch. You have to actually catch the crawfish and then craft it into the tails. So that just takes time. Or I suppose you could purchase them from the auction house. A good way for a low-level player to make money is find a spot where you can catch some of these crawfish tails, or what are some of the other baits that would be good. Let me get this fish and then we'll look in the auction house. Oh, this might be a really nice tench. So I guess we'll get in the boat here just to make life a little easier. Oh yeah, we actually would be better off if we put that rod pod a little closer to the shore, so it's easier to get to the Alright, so let me check something real quick here. Yeah, I think he's opened this up now. Used to, this was the boundary of the map. So you kind of had to worry about, oh, the fish is going to swim off the boundary. Don't think that's the case anymore. I'm wondering if this might actually be a sterlet. This fish might be a little bigger than a tench. We'll see, though. Hopefully we'll see. It just seems kind of like a sterlet to me. And I do think that they are possible on crawfish tails now that I think about it. Shrimp and crawfish tails, I believe, will target them. I've kind of lost where the line is. Oh, there it is. Yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can get in front of this fish. It's swimming so fast. We will eventually run out of real estate if we're not careful. Yeah, and we're not really even slowing this fish down. So this will be a bit of an adventure, I believe. This might be a good reason, a good justification to just use a little bit bigger gear in this spot. Even going for the smaller species, if you're using something like crawfish tails that larger fish might be attracted to, Let's see if we can take a look at it. You start to wonder, how much time do you want to spend on this fish? I can't quite see it. Again, we just have no grip on it. So it's just hanging down at the bottom. Whoa. He turned on us. I would like to at least see what it is, but all right. I love it when he takes off the. Oh, yep, yeah, it's a sterlet. It's a sterlet. So we are fishing on a sterlet, fishing for a sterlet on picker rods here that just don't have anywhere near the strength that we need. That's the other thing we could do, is just kind of let it get off, I guess, but saw him flash through the water there. Man, it'd be great if we could just keep him right here in front of us. That's not very realistic, though. You can just hear him pulling the line out. So the sterlet are still in this spot. It's been a long time since I fished Russia. The Russian map has undergone some changes. It's gotten bigger, and I wasn't sure about all the spots, but this one is still working pretty well for multiple species, including sterlet, it appears. The crazy thing is, if we could just get this fish in, it would really, go a lot towards our daily mission, but daily quest, but I don't know how long I want to spend doing this. And I'm not convinced that, in RF4, eventually you're going to wear the fish out. I'm not sure if it exactly works the same way here. Trying to keep the rod up just in terms of like keeping tension. It appears to me like he is not swimming away from us as much as he was. So maybe that's a good sign. think we're actually getting him closer and closer to us right now. Now there may be a limit to that. Now he's getting his line again. We've got the current working against him. Yeah, he's taking a lot of line all of a sudden. Now I think we do want to get closer, because if he gets tired for a second and pops his head up, we want to try to grab him, not spend all that time of him being tired reeling him back in. Alright, so now we want to slow down. Let's see if we can't do something here. It's like he gets close to the boat and just takes off. Maybe we found the sweet spot here. Got him a little tired. Don't pressure him too much. Because he's up towards the top right now. We just got to get him a little closer. For the first time, I have a little bit of hope here. No, 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 no. Nab him. Nab him. Yes. Not just a sterlet, a large sterlet. Let me tell you. That was fun and intense. We have at least one fish on over here. Looks like we've got two on. So, yeah, that helped our daily a lot. How are we on silver bream? We just haven't gotten any big pieces. Wonder if we put a large one hook with mayfly, if we would still occasionally get silver bream. Might be worth trying. Alright, so I think what we want to do... Let's see here. $18, $18, $2... And I'm assuming none of these have... Alright, and what's up here? Oh, these are our spinning rods. These have some really powerful... 18. And that's a fly. And that's a little guy. Alright, let's see here. Next time we catch a silver bream, I might actually let it sit out there on a large one hook for a bit. See if we can get one that way. We are catching the bream now as it's getting a little later in the afternoon. Okay, so what we want to do here is a deep stream 18 with an 18 reel, and we don't have the best line options. We'll do 20 kilo line, but then leader will do 16.9. And let's see, basket, our bream ground bait, and we were using a one hook with crawfish tails. Now, we should be able to now use this, and if we do hook into another sterlet, we'll have a much better chance. Okay, let's see if we're getting silvers on 1 hooks. That may completely take silvers out of the equation. I don't know. Wait, where's the mayfly again? Okay. Okay, so now the middle rod is a much stronger setup than this first and third rod. Which is probably, even for the bream, we should probably be using a larger setup, but we know that the peas that we're catching the bream and eyed on, we know that that's not going to catch a sterlet. I've never seen a sterlet go on peas before, so. Okay, so now let's see how this is going to go. Hopefully the larger leash does not slow our bite rate down on the tench, because that was actually really fun catching those tench. Oh, let's see if this is a silver. Man, that would be so cool. We could still catch silver here on the larger hook and maybe get a better size one. Yep. Okay. So they're still responding. And we are getting close to done with that consumable mission for the silvers. Once we finish that, we'll stop going for silvers altogether. Alright, this is on the crayfish tail, so let's see. It's definitely not a sterlet. This hopefully will be another nice tench. Yeah, this does look like a nice tench, actually. Very good. So out of curiosity, what are the record sterlet caught on now? Yeah, mollusk pieces. That's what you want to use, not shrimp, mollusk pieces for the sterlet. There may be catfish in this area too. This is one of the deeper spots, I believe. All right, let's see what's on here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey. This seems like a nice one. A nicer bream than we've been catching. Or maybe another eyed. Yeah, we should check the record for bream too. Yeah, that's a nice one. That's what we're after. An eyed that's over 2 kilos. Yeah, so what are the eyed and bream records on here in Russia? Oh, I just would love to see a silver bream up over 1 kilo. And they do get there. It is possible. So what were you going to say? Bream, peas does have the largest bream. And which, by the way, this record bream is about the size of that sterlet we just caught. And then eyed or peas as well. 2 kilos something, the biggest eyed. So that eyed we just caught was actually a really big eyed. Already got another fish on crayfish. This is a nice little spot. Even if you're not... Oh, this is a nice silver. Yep, 886. Very cool. Kind of want to see how big a silver we can get. I think we cancel that supply quest for silver, though. Since we're not getting anything else, we wouldn't want to turn in the silvers just for club supply. Oh yeah, nice bite rate right now on the mayflies. There's another tench. We are literally catching the tench here. So, nice bite rate straight across. And we're about 9 kilos away from our daily quest being finished. So we're definitely getting there. Looks like another nice eyed. Okay, so the supply quest we want to cancel. And income, yeah, let's take Silver Bream income. That makes sense. 35 silver, just need 4 of them. We'll probably catch 4 Silver Bream as we're finishing this daily, I would think. Alright, so what do we have that we can turn into bait here? Nothing there. Definitely this bream, and this eyed. Because they're not worth any silver anyway. This has always been one of my favorite spots to fish in Russia. So you spawn down here, you walk straight over here or take the boat around. And the nice thing is if you ever get like crucian, golden crucian, those kind of fish for quest, just over here in this little channel, you can tend to get those types of fish. I don't even know if there's carp on this map. That's something we should check out. Slowly getting there with the little bream and eyed. I think that's a little sterlet. It is a little sterlet. Fish on lake. Are there carp here? Man, there are a lot of fish here. There are carp here. And then the record carp on this map is pretty small. Pretty small as carp goes. So the carp aren't very big here on the Russian map. So is this a nice tench or a small sterlet? It is a nice tench. Very nice tench. That's our best one yet. 2.4 kilos. And we are getting very close to completing our daily. The silvers have slowed down. We do have the large one hooks on there, so we could put the 0 hooks back on. Let's try that, just see if we can get 4 quick silvers. We'll also switch back to cheese, which used to, I felt like the best bite rate on silver carp might have been cheese, but let's see if that still seems to be the case. We still want a short little cast here for the silvers. And because this whole thing has been daytime, we haven't seen just how good the bream can be. But we've seen some decent eyed. And we've still made it work with fishing with peas to kind of go with our ground bait here. Alright, quick bite on the cheese. Let's see if this is in fact a silver. It should be on cheese, I would think. Yes, it is. So we just need to do that 3 more times, and then we are good to go on our income silver quest. Not the end of the world if we don't complete that. I'm more concerned about just finishing the daily, which we're very close to doing. And once we finish the daily, we'll wrap this video up. Okay, that just said something like hero stars. I think that is with that May event. So maybe I'm just missing something on what is happening with this May event. So maybe it's just because that was a crucian. Maybe certain fish have a chance of giving you those points. Okay, that finished the daily right there, didn't it? Yeah, we have finished the daily, so I think we want to wrap it up. Go see what our fish sell for. Once again, pretty nice little eyed. Yeah, I just don't really know what's going on with that. Oh, a hero star. You can create an openable container using 3 stars. Okay. So that's what happened. We caught a fish that gave us a hero star. It gave us a hero star. When we get 2 more, we can open up a container. But it looks like only certain fish species qualify. Another little tench. Okay. Let's look at our spoils here. So we made some good silver just on all of the quests we completed. And by the way, this used to be a tent. It's kind of cool that the shop is now a house. Here's the fish trader. So yeah, we're getting to larger maps, or later maps. We're starting to make a little better silver. 179 plus all of the dailies and stuff we did. So that is very nice. And just as a way of looking forward, so now we did Russia. The next map is the Ukraine, correct? That's the level 12 map. Yeah, so next is Ukraine, so that's where we'll be focused next time, which, we'll see what we'll do. We've got wild carp there we could go for. Just depends on what we want to target. We'll get a game plan together. Let's see here. May holidays. Catch the hero stars. Combine them into hero rewards, which is what you can open, I guess. Get a prize in the form of a buff on the cost of selling fish and various prizes. Stars and rewards are temporary. It must be used by May 30th. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. Okay. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace out.